Hello and welcome back to our HIP Roman Restoration campaign. In our last episode, we finished our latest few little wars up here in England, so we are now at peace again, which is nice. We'll probably just stay at peace for a while. We're waiting for our truce with the Aztecs to expire, or for our plot to succeed. So we're going to be 5 years if we have to wait. Meanwhile, the plot is over 100%. He's actually out of hiding, so we should have a good chance of killing him. Or at least let's hope so. Maybe we can raise our plot power a little bit, actually. I don't think we're going to be getting it above 200%, but let's just bribe the few remaining people anyway. We can afford it, I think. And the only real problem that we have right now is, well, we do have some minor factions which are not actually a problem currently, but could become a problem. But what is definitely a problem is the situation with the succession. We definitely need to do something about Caesar Theodosius here before he inherits. We'll let our prisoners rot, of course. So if, assuming that we live until he's 16 years old, I think we can have him excommunicated and then take some non-tyrannical action against him. If we have reason to believe we're going to die soon, I guess we can just try to imprison and execute him without any cause, rather than have him inherit. In the meantime, I suppose we could see if there is maybe an outside chance we could switch the succession to elective monarchy or something. We have been in power for at least 10 years, and we're at peace now. I think the problem is that we're basically never going to have no vassals fighting each other. But I believe we have surprisingly few vassals with a negative opinion of us. It is just the Grand Master of the Knights Hospitaller right now. But, of course, we would have to raise our... where is this law here? Yes, the King's Peace Law up to internal to probably have any chance of having no vassals fighting each other. And that would reduce people's opinions. You know, we may as well do it anyway. This could aggravate our faction problem. I think we'll be able to deal with that. And it gives us a chance of being able to change our succession law, which would solve a lot of problems. Assuming that people will actually support us. Oh, Navarra wants a vassal to serve him rather than me. Count of Vizcaya. Well, this county is de jure part of Navarra, but his other county? It's not a county, I guess, it's just subholding here. Well, I guess we'll accede to his demand. Get rid of a vassal, I guess that's fine. Not that we're coming up close to our vassal limit or anything. People are slowly deciding to support internal King's Peace. I've noticed Marshal Petrus's hard work, and everyone seems to like him. I'm deciding between having my marshal heighten the morale of the troops or try to recruit more soldiers. Well, seeing as we're at peace, I guess it doesn't matter too much. It only lasts for a year or so anyway. Look at the levy size. Let's keep an eye on the Aztecs as well. We do have 2 of our vassals, I think, currently fighting against them to take some land, which I am in favor of. Looks like both of them are still winning. In case of this one, only slightly. Oh, okay. Well, so much for being at peace, I suppose. The great Sunni Caliph has decided to call jihad against the Kafirs in the Despotate of Egypt, so we had a Shia jihad recently, so I guess we have to fight a Sunni one now. So this is where the Caliph lives, I see. So this should be or it could be more dangerous than the Shia Jihad. A lot more Sunni characters, depending on, of course, on whether they choose to join. But I guess the good news here is that we're going to get a very large opinion bonus with all of our vassals for the duration of this war. Let's check this guy, for example. 75 for defending against infidels. So at least we'll have no faction problems for the near future. So I think we'll just wait and see what armies show up and then raise troops accordingly. Okay, we have internal king's peace passed, okay. So no vassals can declare war on other vassals unless it is a rebellion. So I'm not sure whether this ends wars that are in progress or if it just prevents future ones from breaking out. Let's check one of these people and see what war this is. Yeah, this is a de jure war over Thessaly. So I'm assuming that this would have been ended if it was going to be, since it's not a rebellion. So I guess we have to wait for that to end and any other wars that are going on. And we had another son born, okay. No distinguishing traits. Our cousin became Midas touched. Let's just check our vassal opinions as well to see how that law changed. Well, I guess the law change we won't actually know because of that opinion bonus that I mentioned. But if we were to subtract 75 from each of these, we'd have quite a few vassals with a less than 0 opinion of us. But not an unmanageable amount. We'd definitely be able to get them all up to positive, I think. Of course, we will have to be at peace, so it'll have to wait until after the jihad here anyway. Alright, my co-conspirator has procured a poisonous viper. Sends word that it will soon dig its fangs into the Aztec Emperor. I approve. The good news is that since we haven't raised our troops to defend against the jihad yet, we'll be able to declare on the Aztecs simultaneously if our plot succeeds here. Which I hope it will. Success! The snake performed its duty with aplomb and pumped him full of its deadly venom. It slipped away into the night, and the guards are now too busy contending with a string of lethal snake attacks to search for those responsible. Good news. And as for our son and heir, the smallest spider makes my son squeal and run for cover. This has started to worry me. I guess we'll tell him that fear is the mind killer and he may become brave. Not that it will help him. He actually has 1 stewardship now, which is kind of impressive. He's overcome his inherent disadvantages to have some tiny amount of stewardship skill. Alright, so he's not craven, but he's not brave either. My half-brother has requested to join the Brotherhood of the Holy Sepulchre in their struggle against the infidel. I guess that's fine. He's a decent character, but if we do switch to elective, I'm sure we'll have no shortage of better characters to choose from. I will tell him to go with my blessing. Alright, no sign of any actual armies so far, but we've had a few characters join. Tashi Order, and a couple of lower ranked characters. Nobody major though. Alright, we see some troops down here. Alright, I guess we'll just go ahead and declare on the Aztecs and then raise troops and bring them down towards Egypt. So let's see, our vassals are fighting for the conquest of Toulouse, which is down here. So we don't want that one. And conquest of Artois, which is not this duchy, it's this one. So we can take the 2 counties here. I guess that's what we should do. the Duchy of Rethel, possibly. So this will leave us only with the holdings in Avaricum, which I'm assuming is here, to take, assuming that both of our vassals win their wars. And then we can move on to Britannia officially. So let's see, I'm sure the army of France will be more than enough. In fact, half of the army of France will be plenty to take on the Aztecs. We'll just siege both of those counties. And as for Egypt, well, I guess we'll raise the armies of Egypt and Jerusalem. And let's see, I guess we'll have them wait over here for the moment. These might even be enough all by themselves, depending on how many people actually get involved. 37,000 it looks like from him. We'll probably need a few more. Let's raise some from Italy maybe. And Morea. And who do we have over here? Bring you down there. I suspect that's probably going to be enough. We can always raise more if it looks like we're going to need to. Okay, finally our Patriarch has succeeded in his mission to convert the people up here. I don't know if we have any additional counties that need converting. England's already all Orthodox. Don't think we own any of these Catholic provinces. We don't own Toulouse yet, but it will need converting. As I think will these two. Or at least one of them. Everywhere else appears to be properly Orthodox. Do we own this? We don't. Alright, well, we'll see if we have any other ambitions we can take. I guess we'll try to develop our personal combat skills, though I am not going to be personally entering any battles if I can help it. Our steward has some interesting ideas on how to improve the economy. We can spend 46 gold to adopt them, which we will. Our son asks, how can I best serve the Orthodox faith? Can tell him to be brave, and he'll probably be brave. Or we can tell him to be just, and he'll probably be just. I guess we'll have him be just. It probably doesn't matter too much. So just looking, but if we did have the choice between all of our children, so who is the heir? I don't even think we still have any extremely good choices. At least not among the male children. But if we had elective, I think we'd still be able to nominate siblings. And I think we had some. Oh, of course, our attractive brother has joined the Knights of the Holy Sepulchre. We have a quick and ambitious brother, though, who's relatively young. Might be a good choice. Anyway, we'll look at it if and when we actually manage to change the succession law. We have a new despot of Italy. Okay. He is 13. Do we have the ability to educate him ourselves? Or do we have 2 wards already? I think we do. Never mind. I'm sure he won't cause us too much trouble. Okay, we have our 2 armies in place sieging the Aztec counties. And we have our armies waiting down here. So we see 5,000 on their way up here. Alright, we want a siege up there already, apparently. Looks like this army is settling down to siege, so maybe we should send one of our armies over there to fight them. Looks like we have some Bektashi troops on their way. The Despotate of Assyria, okay. Over here. He must have conquered some more land there, I think, to be able to form that. Well, that's fine, I suppose. He has de jure claims on another chunk of Armenia now. So he could potentially expand that. I guess he couldn't have declared holy wars. So never mind. He may not be strong enough to actually fight Armenia, though, just looking at his size. Got 11,000 to Armenia's 36. Alright, let's appoint a new commander. I guess our Despot of Assyria. I think he probably was a commander already. He got unappointed on his title change. Alright, looks like they're just heading over to meet up with this probably. And I guess we'll send our troops over. Let me just check the supply limits here. I imagine we're going to have to split these armies up. The lowest is, what was it, 27 over here? Why don't we just actually send the smaller army? Well, actually, if we can apparently cross the desert here. Let's do that. If that's not going to cause a bunch of our troops to die, I guess we probably don't take attrition going through the desert, since that's sort of a crossing type thing. Alright, we have a revolt in Portugal. We will be taking small amounts of attrition, but we're only slightly over the limit, so it'll be okay. And suddenly more troops have appeared. We have 8,000 down here and another 5,000, so that will make this about 12, or actually 13 or 14. But versus our 27, I think we'll still be fine. Our daughter came of age, okay. So we have another 3,000 maybe on the way. Can't actually see until the autosave ends. Yes, about 3,000. I was just wondering what proportion of this was actually the neutral troops. And we have people offering to join our war. The Earl of the Isle of Wight. I accept. You will make all the difference, I'm sure. And the King of Poland. Alright, so let's just go in here. We have twice his numbers, or thereabouts. Is this mountains? It is mountains. Still, though, at twice his numbers, we should be okay. Assuming no hugely unexpected reinforcements arrive. I don't think this 8,000 can get over there in time, and the 3,000 won't be enough. The Duke of Saxony offers, we accept. Alright, so we have the mountains on their sides. We have better commanders, though. And we have the numbers. Our vassal Duke wants us to release a prisoner. Okay. I'll allow it. And let's just check on our Aztec war, since I have not been paying any attention to it. Alright, our sieges are progressing. There are some armies from the Aztec Emperor with a very strange emblem. I guess he's converted to Orthodox Christianity. Wow. So he gets a new crest and a Christian type emblem on the map, which we can't really see because it's behind my army. So I guess that will have invalidated the Holy Wars against him. Clever, I see. So we are going to have to conquer those ourselves. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. I guess it's the best move he could have made in the circumstances. Over here we can intercept this 8k, I think, before they manage to join up. Let's just take half of the army and cut them off. Alright, we won our battle. Captured some prisoners, got up to 4%, so still a good way to go here before we win this. But we shouldn't have too much difficulty. But we're out of time for this episode, so we'll leave it here for the moment. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.